There is not a single circumstance, no situation where you are going to look back and think, wow, I'm so happy I waited to take the leap. Now is the time to take the leap. Unless, of course, okay, I wouldn't start a cruise line right now. Probably not the best time. Airlines, all right, not gonna do very well. Hotels, travel agency, any kind of Airbnb thing is about to go down the drain. I'd be hesitant on like dance classes, any kind of like naked group events might see a decline in participation in the next little while. Okay, so there are some circumstances where perhaps taking the leap might not be perfect, but... Hello, Dan here, and this is Dreams Around the World, and I'm answering a question from Canada, my home country, about taking the leap and starting your own business, and it comes from Nalini. First off, I just wanted to share how much I've been enjoying your podcast. As a fellow ENFP, I've taken some great learnings from the episodes and thrilled to read that you're also into personality types. I just listened to the career path and life advice episode and wanted to get your suggestion. For quite a while, I believe I've known what my passion is, which is awesome because that is a serious ENFP struggle sometimes. So you know your passion, what's going on here? I have always wanted to become a health and wellness coach, eventually through a joint coaching practice with my dad. Very cool. Similar to how you mentioned working in marketing, I've been in a sales career since I graduated university for similar reasons around an enjoyable lifestyle and achieving financial security. I don't know what that is, but I'm intrigued. I've been enjoying my job for the last 7 years, but have always wondered what the right time to take a leap and start pursuing my passion is. How do you know when the time is right to make a big change like this? Appreciate your time, Nalini. So the right time to take the leap is now. I mean that really. You're at the 7-year mark. You know the saying 7-year itch. You're writing letters to this weird guy who has a podcast and is on YouTube, asking him what you should do if you should take the leap. You know what your passion is. You know what you want to do. And you're waiting for me to tell you to do it? Come on. You know when you write me what I'm going to tell you, right? That's like going to the liquor store or the bar and being like, do you think I should have a drink tonight? You know the answer you're getting, that's why you're asking, okay? So now is the time to take the leap. And I'm gonna tell you a few reasons why, just to bring this point home and also make the video a bit longer because short videos aren't very popular on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you a story about a young man named Dan Johnston actually, who had a job as a mortgage broker and he was not very happy and he wanted to quit. But did he quit? What happened? Well, that's where the story comes in. So we're going back here a ways, and I was working as a mortgage broker, mortgage planner, whatever you want to put on your business card. And I was not happy. The first year or so, I really liked it. I was learning a lot. My boss seemed like a good guy. We got along. It was my first real job outside of university. And because there was so much new things to take in, and there was a lot up to the job that I was really learning and growing with, I liked it. But within about a year, I got the sense, one is I really wasn't believing in the product, and two is I just really didn't see like that's what I wanted to do. This is actually a good way to know if you're doing the right thing. I was never proud to say I was a mortgage broker. That was like my holdover. And I was only, 23, 24, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing this now, but I look at best case scenario with that. Had I built my own agency or brokerage, I looked at the people who were doing what I could do if I was like a big shot in that business. I was like, I really wouldn't be like proud of that ever, to be like, oh, I do more mortgages than other people do mortgages. Like my contribution to the world. It's one of those things where you can BS yourself and say like, I'm helping people get into a new home. And there is something to it for other people. But for me, it wasn't something that really I was that into. I've always loved psychology and I've loved other things. It wasn't the thing that really was a big drive for me to do. And I'm going off on a whole rant here. This is a rant story video. So I was fortunate for it because it did expose me to aspects of personal development and personal growth, which helped lead me to where I am now, and also did help me develop some important skills in my life, which again, still help me to this day. But I was a year in or so, maybe a bit over a year, and I knew it wasn't right for me, but I didn't want to quit yet. Because in my case, you mentioned financial security. I'm sure you're banking a bunch of money, saving money up and all that. But in my case, I was in debt and I thought, okay, I cannot quit right now. I need to close, the next 5 deals, get the commission from that, have a little bit of finances. I knew I wanted to quit and start my own business, but I thought, I need to wait, I need to get some money coming in. But the thing is I was scared that that would be my story for the next 20 years, that I would always be thinking, I need to wait, I need to wait. So what I did, and I'll link to this, I wrote the letter, actually I have it up on my website. What I did is I wrote a letter to 3 different friends of mine, and I had them commit to contacting my boss, basically with a big FU from me. I think it was 4 months from that day. So I sent this letter to 3 friends. I included my boss's contact information and the letter to send on my behalf on a certain date if I did not agree to quit. And I did this to hold me accountable, to lock it in so that there was no way I was changing my mind or going back on it. And I have to admit, the minute I sent that letter to these 3 friends on 2 continents, 3 countries, when I sent this letter out to the friends, I felt like it was done. I knew I was going to quit about 4 months out. There was no way around it. Here's the thing that ended up happening though. I ended up getting fired 3 months later, getting screwed out of all the commission I would have earned, and feeling stupid because I should have quit 3 or 4 months earlier. I was staying on because of this false loyalty to the boss who ended up screwing me over. I was I don't know, I was scared to pull the trigger. I was scared to just make the leap. So I ended up being 3-4 months later, having less money than I would have if I just quit, having wasted that time and some of that energy and enthusiasm I had. Now, it wasn't the end of the world, it wasn't the worst thing, but was it a good strategic decision to have waited that time? It definitely was not. So if you know you already want to leave something, and this is very much for ENFPs, this doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. I'm sure there's personality types who can tough it out for the next 2 years, work the same as they would always and whatever. But what ended up happening with me is it was very clear I wasn't into it because I wanted to leave. And that's going to be the case for you. So if you're writing to me, you probably aren't really into your job anymore. At 7 years, I doubt there's much that you're learning. One time when it might make sense to hold on to your job for a bit is when you're learning from an amazing entrepreneur or you're developing a skill that you'll be able to take over and apply to your own business. That's really valuable. But 7 years into a sales job, probably know what's up. You know how to sell or you don't, and I don't know how you still have the job. And that's it. And in my experience, most of the time, the bigger the financial cushion ENFPs have, the slower they are at starting their own business, at developing it, at really hustling, at facing their fears. And so I don't think a bigger financial cushion has any benefit whatsoever. And this applies to INFPs as much, if not more. There is no benefit really to starting your business, to having that big financial cushion, at least not compared to the time you're losing, which you could be spending on learning and developing and making mistakes and figuring it all out and everything else. So in conclusion, the time is now. I know that's what you want to hear, and that really is the truth. If this is what you want to do, now is the time to make it happen. And well, right now, there's probably some economic uncertainty. This video is all based on drive and emotions and what we really want to do. I'm not evaluating the economy right now. The economy, which is going to be changing. There is going to be some tough times. But ultimately, a health, wellness, coaching business is something that you'll be able to develop in any economic climate, and you'll be able to succeed at if that is what you really want to do. And before we go here, I would be a terrible role model for my business coaching clients if I did not take a second for a bit of self-promotion here. When you are ready to start your coaching business, I do have a group coaching program called The Free Freelancer, where I train aspiring freelancers and coaches on how to get clients and how to build your business. And I'd love to have you in our program and join our group when you are ready to take the leap, which I think we came to the conclusion is now. Thank you everyone for watching. I will link to some free training I have for freelancers and coaches on building your business at the end here and in the description. And I'll catch you in the next video soon. And if you're new to the channel, I publish new videos each and every week, helping you become the best version of yourself and create an awesome life for you and those you love. I work a ton with ENFPs, INFPs, freelancers, coaches, and all kinds of good people around the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video soon. Bye.